Questioner. There was no harvest? What about 25,000 years ago? Was there a harvest then? Ra. I am Ra. A harvesting began taking place in the latter portion, as you measure time-space, of the second cycle, with individuals finding the gateway to intelligent infinity. The harvest of that time, though extremely small, were those entities of extreme distortion towards service to the entities which now were to repeat the major cycle. These entities, therefore, remained in third density, although they could, at any moment present nexus, leave this density through use of intelligent infinity. Questioner. Then in the harvest 25,000 years ago, the entities, who could have been harvested into the fourth density remained here in service to this planetary population. Is this correct? Ra. I am Ra. This is correct. Thus, there was no harvest, but there were harvestable entities, who shall choose the manner of their entrance into fourth dimension. Questioner. Then for the last 2,300 years you have been actively working to create as large a harvest as possible at the end of the total 75,000-year cycle. Can you state with respect to the law of one why you do this? Ra. I am Ra. I speak for the social memory complex termed Ra. We came among you to aid you. Our efforts and service were perverted. Our desire then is to eliminate as far as possible the distortions caused by those misreading our information and guidance. The general cause of service such as the Confederation offers is that of the primal distortion of the law of one, which is service. The one being of the creation is like unto a body, if you will accept this third density analogy. Would we ignore pain in the leg? A bruise upon the skin? A cut which is festering? No, there is no ignoring a call. We, the entities of sorrow, choose as our service the attempt to heal the sorrow which we are calling analogous to the pains of a physical body complex distortion. Questioner. At what density level is Ra? Ra. I am Ra. I am sixth density with a strong seeking towards seventh density. The harvest for us will be in only approximately 2.5 million of your years, and it is our desire to be ready for harvest as it approaches in our space-time continuum. Questioner. And you ready yourselves for harvest through the service you can provide? Is this correct? Ra. This is correct. We offer the law of one, the solving of paradoxes, the balancing of love-light and light-love. Questioner. How long is one of your cycles? Ra. I am Ra. One of our cycles computes to 75 million of your years. Questioner. 75 million? Ra. That is correct. Questioner. In your service in giving the law of one, do you work with any planets other than the Earth at this time, or just Earth? Ra. I am Ra. We work only with this planetary sphere at this time. Questioner. You stated that you were called by 352,000 Earth entities. Does this mean that this number is the number that will understand and accept the law of one? Ra. I am Ra. We cannot estimate the correctness of your statement, for those who call are not in every case able to understand the answer to their calling. Moreover, those who were not calling previously may, with great trauma, discover the answers to the call nearly simultaneously with their late call. There is no time-space in call. Therefore, we cannot estimate the number of your mind-body-spirit complexes which will, in your space-time continuum distortion, hear and understand. Questioner. How do you normally perform your service of giving the law of one? How have you done this over the last 2,300 years? How have you normally given this to Earth people? Ra. I am Ra. We have used channels such as this one, but in most cases the channels feel inspired by dreams and visions without being aware, consciously, of our identity or existence. This particular group has been accentuatedly trained to recognize such contact. This makes this group able to be aware of a focal or vibrational source of information. Questioner. When you contact the entities in their dreams and otherwise, these entities, I assume, have to be first seeking in the direction of the law of one. Is this correct? Ra. I am Ra. This is correct. For example, the entities of the nation of Egypt were in a state of pantheism, as you may call the distortion towards separate worship of various portions of the Creator. We were able to contact one, whose orientation was towards the One. Questioner: I assume that as the cycle ends and inconveniences occur, there will be some entities who start seeking or be catalyzed into seeking because of the trauma, and will then hear your words telepathically or in written form such as this book. Is this correct? Ra: I am Ra. You are correct except in understanding that the inconveniences have begun. Questioner: Can you tell me who was responsible for transmitting the book OSP? Ra: I am Ra. This was transmitted by one of Confederation Social Memory Complex Status, whose idea, as offered to the Council, was to use some of the known physical history of the so-called religions or religious distortions of your cycle in order to veil, and partially unveil aspects, or primal distortions of the Law of One. All names can be taken to be created for their vibrational characteristics. The information buried within has to do with a deeper understanding of love and light, and the attempts of infinite intelligence through many messengers to learn those entities of your sphere. Questioner: Have there been any other books that you can name that are available for this purpose that have been given by the Confederation? Ra: I am Ra. We cannot share this information, for it would distort your discernment patterns in your future. You may ask about a particular volume. Questioner: Who transmitted the Urantia book? Ra: I am Ra. This was given by a series of discarnate entities of your own earth planes, the so-called inner planes. This material is not passed by the Council. Questioner: Who spoke through Edgar Cayce? Ra: I am Ra. No entity spoke through Edgar Cayce. Questioner: Where did the information come from that Edgar Cayce channeled? Ra: I am Ra. We have explained before that the intelligent infinity is brought into intelligent energy from 8th density, or the octave. The one vibratory sound complex called Edgar used this gateway to view the present, which is not the continuum you experience but the potential social memory complex of this planetary sphere. The term your peoples have used for this is the Akashic Record, or the Hall of Records. This is the last question which you may now ask. Questioner: Is there anything that we can do to make the instrument more comfortable, or to help during the transmission? Ra: I am Ra. We only reiterate the importance of alignment. This instrument is placed point to away from the direction of the resting place, which is correct. This may be eyed, shall we say, by sight, and the instrument reminded. You are being conscientious. Is there any brief question we may answer before this session is closed? Questioner: Can you tell me if we are accomplishing our effort reasonably well? Ra: I am Ra. The law is one. There are no mistakes. I am Ra. I leave this instrument in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator. Go forth, therefore, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one Creator. Adonai.